With the upcoming Twisted Wonderland anime, I thought it was no better time than to shill one of my favorite characters, Caterdiamond, and explore his lore. I've been a player of Twisted Wonderland ever since day 2 of its English launch, and while originally completely locked in on Idia Shroud, I soon saw Cater for the fascinating and iconic character he is. Cater is an 18-year-old third-year student at the esteemed Knights Raven College, and often acts as one of the trusted confidants of Heartslabel's own housewarden. He wears a diamond on his cheek, which was designated to him during his first year. Cater shares a close bond with Trey Clover, a fellow third year he previously shared a room with and who reciprocates care with him. He is also seen as almost a cool upperclassman to Ace and Deuce, and is known for being more perceptive than he lets on and stellar at handling social situations. Beyond his dorm, he shares a homeroom with Idia and participates in the pop music club with Lelia and Callum. Cater is also well known for always being on his phone and particularly having an infatuation with the fictional social media platform Magicam. Some of his other interests include photography, skateboarding, and cafe hopping. His favorite food is spicy ramen, and he has a particular dislike for sweets. Cater's unique magic is split card, where he is able to create copies of himself, each taking from a portion of his magic. In terms of inspiration, Caterdiamond can be seen as taking origins from the card soldiers from Alice in Wonderland, in addition to the King of Hearts. Born February 4th, Cater hails from the Shaftlands. Growing up, Cater's family constantly had to move due to his father's work as a banker, leaving Cater to not form any long-lasting friendships as a result. Their family is somewhat implied to be of good financial standings, as Cater has mentioned, glamping, and is able to afford trendy items. He has 2 older sisters who apparently order him around and led him to be raised with an instinct for cute things. Cater has been stated to dislike this nagging behavior and has attributed his dislike of sweets to his sisters and mother overfeeding him with them during a period of time. Despite this, Cater has described some of his sisters' actions as well-intentioned, so their exact relationship is still unknown. Cater has been described as a sociable guy, and even as a party animal by some. He has also been attributed to actions like clout chasing, but has proved himself to be more perceptive than he may first appear. In his first vignette, he demonstrates a great ability to persuade and understand the minds of those around him. He has also proven himself as competent on many occasions. As mentioned before, his closest relationship at Knights Raven College seems to be with Trey Clover. These two have known each other for the longest, seemingly, since their first year, and have been through many tribulations from their dorm together. They often accompany each other in events, and rely on one another at times. Cater is also good friends with Lelia and Callum, who he participates in club activities with where they are stated to generally loaf around. These 3 usually exchange snacks and chat during their meetings, with Callum occasionally hosting parties at his own dorm. Lelia and Cater can be seen looking out for Callum, who is a year below them, with Lelia additionally offering Cater advice as the oldest. Read more info on Lelia. Generally, Cater has shown to get along with the majority of the cast and treat others with a friendly attitude. Among the other third years, Cater has asked for a picture with Vil before, with Vil brushing him off as somewhat vain. In other events, these two have been shown to hold respect for one another. Leona and Idia both have contrasting personalities to Cater, with Idia in particular holding more contempt due to Cater's insistence of engaging with him during events. Cater's relation to Rook isn't too clear, neither is his with Malleus, although he does approach both with a friendly attitude. Among second years, Cater is probably the closest to Riddle and Callum. Cater is stated to be one of Riddle's genuine friends, and they both hold respect and trust for one another in their duties at Heartslabel. Cater has also offered advice to Silver before during a Halloween event and has similarly shared some moments with Jamil with them also, expressing respect for their responsibilities. Cater has also been stated to have once beat Floyd in a fight. Among the first years, Cater acts as a helpful and somewhat teasing aide to Ace and Deuce, who both look up to him. Cater is also friendly with the other first years, and is generally seen as reliable. This section will contain spoilers and be a general overview of Cater's involvement in the overall plot. Cater is first introduced to us in Book 1, following Riddle's orders with obedience, and even kicking out the first years in their first meeting. He does offer his aid with the heart's label crisis through the chapter, and stays to fight during Riddle's overblot. In the resolution of the conflict, Cater makes an offhanded remark expressing his gratitude, which he brushes off when questioned.
ああ、たくもう。お前たち、ありがとな。なんか言いました？なんでもない。
His dislike of sweets is also revealed at the end, with Trey proving to more intimately understand his friend than Cater had anticipated. In Book 2, Cater plays a key role in the plot against Savannah Claw, joining in finding evidence and plotting against Leona's schemes after Trey's injury. He also participates on Hearts Label's magic shift team and assists in an earlier game against Leona. Cater uses his unique magic split card to replicate the Diasomnia students, and ultimately aid in dealing with Leona. In Book 4, Cater is briefly seen when bidding the first year's farewell for winter break, expressing his reluctance to return to his overbearing sisters. In Book 5, Cater is part of the auditions for Ville's competition team, and shows off his amazing singing skills.
ねじれたリズムで踊ろう。うつむき春一も愛嬌さ。構わないよ、ちょっと悪いくらいがいいんじゃない。
He also makes an appearance later during the festival and cheers among the crowd for Ace and Deuce. In Book 6, Cater makes some brief appearances amongst the crowd reacting to the events unfolding from Styx. In Book 7, Cater is among the third years in discussing their future plans, where he laments his lack of direction. Cater bids Lelia farewell and is in attendance of his going-away party when Malleus' spell is cast. In his dream, he is revealed to have dreamt of himself as the house warden, riding a skateboard and throwing parties. The body the rescue team had mistaken as his is also revealed as a clone, and the real Cater shows up in time to wake up and immediately save the day.
この光景は。
Cater plays a crucial role in waking up Ace, admitting his own frustrations over his lack of involvement prior to the events of Book 1 and acting as a heartfelt force that simultaneously starts beating up Ace. Cater proves yet again to be wiser than he lets on when exploring Trey's dream, where he again reveals insight on his own thoughts and is traumatized along with the others from Trey's imaginations. In Riddle's dream, Trey and Cater prove their trust for one another among other things, and Cater acts with the other students in ultimately taking Malleus down. In Book 7.5, Cater expresses his motivation on becoming an architect or designer, having been inspired by his own dream. As of this video, this is the most recent update on Cater, with the next story update being scheduled for January 2026. In the mobile game, cards featuring characters with new outfits are released with each event and occasionally story updates. The three rarities are R, SR, and CSR, with each rank generally signifying the importance of a character in their respective story. These cards sometimes come with additional side stories, which will be discussed in the Vignettes section. Cater's most prominent involvement in events are during BN Fest, Survival of the Beaniest, the first Twisted, Halloween, Terror is Trending, and his most recent feature in C&D Dinner. He has also appeared in many other events, often holding minor roles or appearances. In the first BN Fest event, Cater participates as one of your main companions, on the side of the farmers who aim to capture a golden heart. In The Phantom Bride, Love at First Fright, Cater is among the many students who tries to woo the ghost bride, only to end up slapped and called a yapper. In Wish Upon a Star, Trey goes to collect Cater's wish and audibly makes note of Cater's insistence to distance himself from him. Cater also attempts to record Idia's performance and is subsequently stopped through Idia's tech shenanigans. In Twisted Halloween, Terror is Trending, Cater acts as one of the main party planners for NRC's big Halloween festive, and even has a touching moment where he defends ghosts in their indulgence of his favorite app, Magicam. Additionally, his card in this event offers some of the most important backstory lore on him, which I previously discussed. In the sequel event Twisted Halloween, Spectral Soiree, he is among the students possessed by ghosts, in which he takes on a mean-spirited and aggressive personality, which leads him to pick on Deuce. In A Firelit Sky, Through the Sands, the Pop Music Club, along with their various companions, accompany Callum and Jamil on a visit to their hometown. In the first Sum Sum event, Twisted Sunderland, Cater is among the students who encounters his Sum Sum doppelganger. In Camp Vargas 2, The Art of Survival, the Pop Music Club participates in the camp activities with Cater, of course, getting caught up in the main conflict along with the others. In Portfest, a striking performance, Cater acts as the leader to his group and helps in getting their booth trending on Magicam. Cater gets his culinary crucible card in a starch difference, alongside Rook, where he expresses his want to make trendy food for posting. In Sam's New Year Sale 2024, he works part-time at Sam's store over the holidays and plays against customers. In Playful Land's Miraculous Marionettes, Cater and others visit a nefarious theme park and later gets to show off his combat skills. On the Japanese servers, he was most recently featured in Poppin', Happy Popcorn Welcome to the C&D Diner, where he was given his first CSR limited card in years. In this event, he acts as the temporary manager of a small diner, where he, along with Idia, Lilia, and Azel all work to uncover a mystery and ultimately bring the restaurant success. Cater shows off his Magicam and leadership skills well in this event, as well as his dedication and good intentions in this instance. He also gets to talk to some animals and all around be adorable. Like every other character, Cater gets his share of birthday cards, each year completed with their own stories and information. He is also featured as the interviewer or guest in several others. Cards, such as Orthos and Leonas. Cater also has a clubwear card, where he is shown sporting a guitar with his hair down. Personally, some of my favorite cards are his Halloween, Birthday Bird Groovy, Birthday Bloom, and Cozy Loungewear. He has also been spotted in the background of a few other cards, my favorite being in Riddle Sumsitter. Vignettes are additional stories in the Twisted Wonderland mobile game that can offer additional lore or encounters through unlocking character cards. A lot of the earlier cards, especially in Cater's case, offer insight into his character noticeably missing from the main storyline. In the Rosalia, the wall painting, Cater shows off his great social skills and cunningness, setting up a party enlisting the help of Callum and Leona through understanding their characters. In Trey Tor, Cater utilizes his signature spell to cheat in PE and is ultimately caught by Trey. In Gurkei Shi, we are given insight into Cater's inner thoughts when he creates mandrakes infused with his own magic. The sparkly pink, as well as curled up and gloomy mandrakes he forms are poked at by Lilia and Vil, who tease him about the side of him he is possibly hiding, which Cater denies. In Wanna Guess, Cater shows his more flirtatious side, while simultaneously demonstrating his worth in keeping Heart's label in check. Pre-Book 1. In an expert opinion, Cater is depicted as thoughtful and admired by Jamil, who goes on to pick a peculiar pink scarf for Cater himself. In The Biggest Numbers, Cater shows his dedication to chase the numerical bag of Magicam likes, while enlisting the help of Jack to participate in a fun activity. In Strike a Pose, a look into Cater's competency is shown, originally appearing to be slacking off and playing on his phone, before revealing his perceptiveness. In What a Load of Garbage, Cater laments his own distance from his friends. Starting from getting a call from an old childhood friend, he pushes to ignore, while reflecting on his inability to grow close to others due to him constantly moving as a kid. Cater shows his quick thinking skills once more when resolving a conflict involving Malleus, only to end up dejected in thought when he witnesses the close bond the Diasomnia students share. The story does end with a call from Trey, with the ending being left with the implication of friends he's made now and highlighting how needed he is. Cater's most recent C&D Diner story follows a lighthearted tale, where he works with the staff and squirrels to create a new dish. Cater's many birthday cards offer all sorts of trivia, as well, and are great sources for additional information on Cater. Cater's phone case origin is stated here to be from Lilia, who was able to obtain it after Cater's own failed attempts, using his signature spell to gain the lottery. Cater also recounts a story where a little girl gave him flowers after a performance with the Pop Music Club. These cards follow formats shared with other students, such as interviewers and a list of rotating questions. Overall, the vignettes are a great source of supplementary information that I doubt will be adapted into the anime, so I definitely recommend checking them out if you really adore a character, especially Cater's Halloween vignette. This section was made due to the, in my opinion, very noticeable differences between the original Japanese and English translations. One of the main contrasts is Cater's noticeably sillier dialogue, through a lot of his English dialogue dropping gems, such as "Yikes on bikes" and "KK's gonna slay slay." When originally released, some fans found some of the overuse of Gen Z dialect as overkill, especially during more serious plots such as the first book, though a lot more people seem to have warmed up to his goofiness over time. Personally, I was part of the crowd that ate up his dialogue, so I sincerely hope they pull even crazier things with the English dub. One of my favorite details is his nickname adaptation, from K-Kun to KK. Another well-known change is with his original dialogue, during one of his vignettes with Vil, in which he was implied to be flirting in the original and complimenting Vil's looks, where in the English translation all of this was omitted. Many translators online have described Cater as one of the more flirtatious characters in Twisted Wonderland, which given the game's target audience isn't too much of a surprise, along with any implied queer coding. To give my own opinion again, I do agree that it is a poor choice to remove lines of dialogue, though given the franchise's relationship to Disney I could imagine there may have even been some issues and regulations there. Looking at both literal and more loose translations of the source materials could be good for anyone who wants to experience both of Cater's interpretations. Additionally, due to how long Twisted Wonderland has ran for, 5 years as of this video, you may sometimes find differences between fandom and official terms, such as Shaftlands being referred to as Pyroxy, and Trey's signature spell, Paint the Roses, as Doodle Suit. Due to how long Twisted Wonderland has been ongoing, there have obviously been many fan theories and speculations. Some of the more prominent Cater theories include former Housewarden Cater and Cinderella Cater. Both theories have little in terms of reality, with one already being debunked, but they are definitely fun to discuss. For the Housewarden Cater theory, the roots stem from the previously established lore of the former Hearts label Housewarden having been laid back and ultimately defeated by Riddle in combat. While the personality matches, along with Cater's general avoidance of discussing former Hearts label, many facts presented in the game have disproven it, although it is fun to ponder about as it offers many fun possibilities. The appeal of this theory likely stems from its mystique, as well as giving Cater, who is seemingly unsuspecting, some more power and plot relevance. There's also lots of great fan art, mostly from the Japanese fandom, surrounding this theory. The Cinderella Cater theory, or sometimes Caterella theory, is something I personally think is more of a fandom bemusing. It comes from the interesting fact of Cater having 2 sisters who he sometimes describes as overbearing, somewhat similar to the Disney Princess Cinderella. In this interpretation of Cater's life, he would be depicted as having a rougher home life, and likely having found his unique magic through tragic events. Other evidence behind this theory include his original CSR card where he uses a cleaning spell, the Phantom Bride event in where Riddle wanted him back at the dorm before midnight, his A Firelit Sky SR card where he sports a pink scarf, and more recently in the C&D Diner event when he talks to squirrels. Despite the evidence, I think the possibilities of this theory being canonized is close to none, as it would be seemingly random, coupled with the fact there exists a character already modeled after Lady Tremaine, who holds no known affiliation to Cater. That being said, I definitely see the appeal as the possibilities and angsty situations that could arise from it would for sure skyrocket overall interest in Cater's character. These are the only 2 theories that I am aware of surrounding Cater, and both are definitely fascinating and give a lot to think about surrounding his character, given the hints we've had towards his hidden side. So now, you know more about Caterdiamond. I hope all of you have a newfound appreciation for my favorite Disney anime Ginger and enjoy his story. Feel free to comment on any information I missed or perhaps did not know, as I'm always looking to learn more about this guy.
Bye bye!